This CrowdProperty funding opportunity is for 151 London Road, Tunbridge Wells, TN4 0NA. Now, CrowdProperty is a peer-to-peer lending platform designed to facilitate loans between private individuals and professional property businesses. CrowdProperty is authorised and regulated by the Financial Conduct Authority. That's under permission number 723959. CrowdProperty is not covered by the Financial Services Compensation Scheme. There are risks with any loans you make, and just like all peer-to-peer lending, your capital is at risk. CrowdProperty endeavours to protect all lenders, and this is done by registering the legal first charge against the property project. This means that in the very unlikely event a borrower defaults on the loan, CrowdProperty will be able to take ownership of the project and manage it for the lenders. This opportunity is a former Lloyds Bank. It has planning to convert and build a new extension to provide 17 flats. It's on the main road. It's a commercial area of Southborough, which is in Tunbridge Wells in Kent, and this is the first phase raise of a 4-phase raise. The current value is 2.075 million. Build costs are anticipated at 1.9 million, and the expected sell price of the flats is £4.83 million. CrowdProperty is going to lend £3 million in total over those 4 raises. It's a 24-month loan period, and the first charge security is going to be taken on the land. The borrowers are Richard and Peter Dabner. We call him Dick and Peter Dabner. They're very well known to CrowdProperty. Now, the borrower is proposing to extend and convert the property into 17 apartments and then sell. So it's a high profile A26, it's central Southborough, Tunbridge Wells location. It's got private vehicle access to the rear from U2 Road, and that will make sense a little bit later on. I'll show you a map. There's a 2-storey detached former banking facility there at the moment, and it's going to be on-site parking. Southborough Hub is just 1 minute away. That's lots of things being built in that area. And Tunbridge Wells railway station is 1.5 miles, which accesses the London terminals in around 40 minutes. Access to the motorway is about 7 miles to the north. That's via the A21. Now, planning has been granted with a reference number of 17/03473 by Tunbridge Wells Borough Council for conversion of the existing and a part new build. It's a construction of 17 apartments, a mix of 1 and 2 bedrooms. It's brick and pitched roof traditional construction with a central courtyard and an atrium entrance. The build programme is anticipated to be 48 weeks, and the borrower will then sell the flats on completion. So here's the location map showing where Southborough is in relation to Royal Tunbridge Wells. And when I show you the site plans, you can see there the box edged in red on the left hand side of your screen. Access is, that's the main London road just coming down here. This is the U-Tree Road that I was telling you about earlier, and this is then a public car park which then gives access to the facility in here. This is the former Lloyds Bank, and this is the site we're talking about here. If we look over onto the right hand side, you can see what we're doing. So there's London Road, come up U-Tree Road, you then go through the car park, and then you've got access through that car park into the 17 car parking spaces. There's an undercroft parking in this part of the building. You'll see that on some of the other slides I'm just about to show you. So this is the site that we're talking about just here. Okay, so if I then move on, this is then the architect's 3D impressions of the completed development, showing the foyer entrance, got a courtyard, and that undercroft car parking that I was sharing with you. This is the undercroft car parking here at the rear. When you come into the front elevation here, it's open in the centre. There's an atrium, glass atrium here in the centre, and then these are the properties from the other dimensions. What the developer is going to be building are the 17 flats. They range in different sizes from 35 square metres up to 86 square metres. On the ground floor, there's going to be 4 flats there, 2 1-bedroom and 2 2-bedroom. On the first floor, there are 8 flats. That's 5 1-bedroom flats and 3 2-bedroom flats. And on the second floor, there's going to be 5 flats. That makes 17 in total. The second floor has 1 1-bedroom flat and 4 2-bedroom flats, and as well as that, there's going to be 17 car parking spaces with this opportunity. Here's the architect's plans on the ground floor, first and second floor. So you'll see those 4 flats on the ground floor is 1, 2, 3, 4. On the first floor you've got 8. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then on the second floor you've got 5. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Bear in mind this centre area here on all of them, this is an open area and it's got a glass atrium here over the stairwell. You'll see that better on the next photo I'm just about to show you. This is the architect's computer generated image of the completed project. You can see clearly the glass atrium as you walk through. On the right hand side is the former Lloyds Bank, and then on the left hand side is the new extension to make up the 17 flats on this particular project. The overview of the project financials and proposed loan, well, it's expected that the flats will sell for 4.83 million. That has been verified by the Royal Institute of Chartered Surveyors. The current value of the site with planning permission is £2.075 million, again verified by RICS. Estimated total build cost is 1.9 million. The quantity surveyors estimated that. Purchasing costs, fees, there's interest, there's selling fees and contingencies. That amounts to £762,000. And the amount that's been agreed to lend on this project is 1.45 in this first phase raise. The total loan at the project end is 3 million when we do second phase, third phase and fourth phase. The total estimated costs are 4.112 million and the estimated profit is just over £700,000. The initial loan to value is 70%, but then when you include the rolled up interest at the GDV, it's going to be 69%. Exit strategy is to sell in the open market. So remember, this is a phased raise. There are 4 tranches we're looking at. This is tranche 1, the initial raise of £1.45 million based on that gross development value of £2.075 million. Subsequent raises are going to be for £500,000 and then £500,000 again and then £650,000, and that's anticipated to be in 4, 8 and 12 months time. Secured with a first charge of course against the property, paying 8% per annum interest, and that interest is going to be paid at the end of the project. The maximum loan period is 18 months. It could be less, but the minimum it will be is 6 months, and the loan is planned to commence on the 21st of September 2018. The capital plus the interest is going to be repaid from the refinance of the loan. So here's details then about the borrowers. The developer is a family-run business based in Tunbridge Wells in Kent. They're very experienced, having successfully completed over 30 projects during the last 15 years. That consists of extensions, conversions and new builds. They've borrowed and returned in full from CrowdProperty on 2 separate occasions. The first project was the conversion of the former Flying Dutchman pub. They made that into 4 flats with 2 commercial units on the ground floor, and that now is their offices, those 2 commercial units. In fact, that is directly opposite where this Lloyd Bank project is. The second project was the construction of a pair of semi-detached houses on the site of a former pub car park. Both of these projects have been paid back, and they're currently constructing 2 new build houses, that's 1 mile away, for which CrowdProperty has loaned them £460,000, and that's due to be paid back in January 2019. And then just last week CrowdProperty raised £350,000 within 50 minutes, in fact, on the adjacent site to this Lloyds Bank site that we're talking about here on this raise. So CrowdProperty believe in responsible lending and responsible borrowing, so the amount of the loan is based on the project and the experience of the developers. The first phase raise we're talking about here today is £1.45 million. Further raises will be made during the project and then drawn down on the independent monitoring surveyor's valuations, secured against the current value of the property of £2.075 million, and bear in mind that has been RICS verified. The loan to value at the outset is 70%, and in the opinion of RICS, the gross development value is £4.83 million. The loan to value of the completed development is 69%, including the rolled up interest and assuming it goes full term. And CrowdProperty will have the first charge to protect lenders in the event of a default. The borrower is an existing client, having repaid in full 2 previous loans, and has current loans in play with another loan about to commence. And the borrower has 15 years development experience to deliver on this project. So your next steps are to make sure you understand the loans and that you carry out your own due diligence on this project and also on the developers. Then decide how much you would like to lend. Then go to crowdproperty.com and pledge on launch. The launch is 10 a.m. on Friday the 7th of September 2018. If you go to crowdproperty.com, and it will automatically go live at 10 o'clock on Friday the 7th of September 2018. And then CrowdProperty will conduct the necessary anti-money laundering checks, and then you'll be invited to send your funds to the CrowdProperty solicitor, put it into the account that they have, and you'll start earning interest on completion of the loan when that loan agreement is finished. So I hope that you can help us and support on this project. Thank you for being with us, and we look forward to you supporting this project if you're able to. Thank you very much indeed.